Hello and welcome to Let Me Finish. 2 men, 1 story, 1 million interruptions. I am Jason Harding.
And I'm Atticus Blake.
And for those of you who are new to this show, it's pretty simple. Atticus has 30 minutes to tell a story, and I have 30 minutes to prevent him from finishing within that time frame. If at any point during the story you hear this sound, then that means that Atticus has gone over time and he is won. That does not mean, however, that we will stop the story, because we know that by that point you will be riveted to your seats, wanting to see how it ends, and I have no doubt that this week Atticus has a hair-raising tale for us. Do you?
I do.
Oh, goody! Let's hear it!
This week, I was going to tell you about that time I got arrested. The one and only time in my life I ever got arrested.
Does public restroom enter into this story at any point?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Let's start off with some basic housekeeping things. How old were you?
I was 24. Wait, you're going to have to cut this out because now I'm actually going to have to think about it. It happened in 2005.
Let's all listen to Atticus do math.
I was 24 years old.
Oh, I was hoping this would be a youthful transgression.
That is youthful.
Like, I needed money, so I knocked over a grandma and took her purse.
No.
This isn't drug-related, is it?
No, but interestingly enough, it does become funny that way. It goes in that direction, kind of. It's
yeah,
weird.
Every time I hear about drug-related crime, I laugh my ass off.
All right. So at the time, I was dating Dana, and this was after the nursing home.
You need to refresh new listeners who Dana is.
Dana is my ex-wife.
Not Dana Plato.
Whoever the fuck that is. I still didn't look it up. I still haven't looked it up, and I'm not gonna either.
Fine. So you and Dana were in your courtship phase.
More like the fuck we're gonna get married phase.
Oh, so you're engaged.
Pretty much.
And you decided, I'm gonna knock over the savings and loans so I can afford this.
Hold on a second. I need to get you a ring, so I'm gonna knock over a liquor store. No. So, her stepfather was the manager of a local courier business. This is actually how I got into becoming a courier.
Oh, through good old-fashioned nepotism.
Yeah, but he wasn't very nice to me, so it didn't really matter.
Angry nepotism.
Angry. This dude needs a job. They're not doing that butt-wiping thing anymore, and he needs a job.
How come he didn't like you? You're one of the nicest, neatest people I know.
It's my contention at this point that he knew I was gay the whole time.
Oh, so he was like, I'm gonna have to fix my daughter when this falls apart, kind of deal?
Stepdaughter.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to fix my stepdaughter? Well, wait, step-parents don't care about those kids. Never mind.
That's not true. I'm a fucking asshole.
So maybe he's just a really angry man. Maybe he was jealous of your good looks and your
maybe
sonorous
he was gay
voice.
And he wanted me.
Oh, there you go. Now I'm locking that into my mind.
I win.
So your secretly gay stepfather gave you a job at the courier company.
He also gave my ex a job at the courier company. So this is
he's
how I
just
learned.
Everybody, can he get me a job? Oh wait, it doesn't count anymore because he's your ex. What is it?
Stepfather-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. So I was kind of lazy as far as getting my car inspected and
fixed or
keeping
anything.
it up. And apparently, along one of my routes, I had gotten a ticket, and I had paid it, but I had forgotten to show up in court for some reason.
Oh, you can't gloss over what kind of ticket it was. What was the offense?
It's probably speeding. I don't know.
The most dangerous of tickets. You could have killed little children.
I was on the fucking highway, I'm sure of it.
You could have killed children on the highway.
Now I forgot stuff.
That was the whole point. So you got a ticket, you fixed it, but...
Apparently I was supposed to show up in court, and if I didn't, I had my license suspended. And I did not know this.
Okay.
So I had gone to work that day apparently with no license. And it actually was on the day that my suspension had been incurred. And I was driving a car with a a bad sticker or for tires or something.
For
no, bad tires. No, like
you have to have stickers on your car in Massachusetts to prove that you have tires?
Inspection sticker. You know what a fucking
for snow tires. See, in California where I live.
No, because my tires were not they had low tread and they won't pass you for that.
Wait a minute. You guys, no, that's still, I think that still falls in within the whole snow thing, because out here we don't do that shit. You can drive around on perfectly bald tires and you're not going to get pulled over. We don't have to stick a sticker on anything to say, hey, we got good tires.
So I packed my van with my stuff that I was supposed to bring.
You can say it.
Never mind. No. That wasn't. It isn't working right now.
It's all the Alzheimer's episode, ladies and gentlemen.
You're deleting this shit.
You'd like to think so.
So I had driven to work with no license, and today it was a drug run, which essentially meant that I was driving legal medication to different Walmarts all over the state.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, dude. You're telling me a story about the time you got arrested, and the first thing you said was, I was driving around with no license and bald tires on a drug run?
No, it was called the drug run. That's what it was. You were selected for each run depending on the day and depending on which guys were there.
This is starting to smack of a setup from your stepfather. You do know that he's like, I'll send him out in the car with bad tires.
No, he just ignored that shit because he knew how hard it was to maintain a vehicle while having to work to maintain the vehicle, and then divvying up your pay for how much you're going to pay for each thing. I had actually replaced the tires. I just hadn't gone and gotten it re-inspected.
So you had good tires, but no. Okay. Can't a cop see that the tires are good? You have to have a sticker?
You have to have a sticker. It's Massachusetts. They don't give a fiddler's fuck.
It's Massachusetts. We're dumb. You may as well just have that on every police car. Protect and serve, kinda. We're dumb. We need a sticker to show...
Protect and serve, kinda.
We need a sticker to show something that is plainly visible. All right.
So my van is now packed full of boxes of penicillin and opiates and this and that and other things it's Joey's run, I was driving to Western Massachusetts to several Walmarts in that area. There was 7 Walmarts in that area, I think. And
Walmart.
Yeah.
Or do you just throw the boxes at the Walmart while you drive by?
No, you go up to the bay door and you knock on it. Sometimes they didn't have a fucking bell. It was weird.
One of the Quasimodos comes out and goes, "Oh, good, another delivery for the Walmart."
I had done about 4 or 5 deliveries at that point, and I remember that I hadn't showered. I was already late for work, so I hadn't showered.
I'd also grown a scraggly beard, and I wore a T-shirt that said, "I am the Unabomber."
No, I wore a smelly T-shirt that said the name of the company I worked for. I was looking pretty haggard at that point.
Yeah, you're also doing like 5 bumps of cocaine, so just to round everything.
The methamphetamines, they keep me awake. Yeah, I use the drugs that were in the back sometimes.
You're driving around unshowered on a car with tires that are good, but because there's no sticker and you have no license...
Yeah, I'm going to have to jerk off a pig and...
So in Massachusetts, this makes you public enemy number 1, apparently. So you've made about 4 deliveries.
And then I got caught in some traffic, and the police had slowed down the traffic on this route to a snail's crawl because of some sort of construction that needed to be done.
No, they slowed it down because they heard there was a guy driving around with no sticker on his car for his tires.
Yeah.
They started a manhunt. They were doing a checkpoint.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they started doing that shit. It's just the way they are. A little old police officer driving a gigantic SUV.
Wait a minute, was he an old man? Was he like a little old man? Oh, stop right there.
Old woman.
How old?
I don't know, she's probably 70.
So, wait a minute. Granny from the Warner Brothers cartoons is driving around as a cop in a giant SUV?
No joke. She pulls out of the construction line, and it's illegal for them to do this. I found that later on. A police officer that's watching construction is not allowed to leave, except if they see something like a murder or a rape or something.
Maybe she had to find a restroom. Maybe the Golden Girls was on.
No. Technically, her leaving that site, she is the protection. She's the person who's watching that.
That would make me feel secure. Oh, look, Grandma Peller is watching over us. Hello, boys!
No, but she has a radio. And the thing is, technically, from what I understand, you can reach right out of the window and give the cop the finger, and if there's nothing else going on, she couldn't have bothered me. She has to watch that site. That she's their protection. That's their detail.
Is this the cop that busts you?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
I didn't do that.
You're gonna get arrested by Officer Grandma?
Yeah, Officer Grandma pulls out of the construction line. And
I'm 98 years past retirement. You're my last caller, punk.
She pulls right in behind me, and she turns on her lights. I pull over, and I'm like, she comes up to the door, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I hand her my license thing. I know I have a bad sticker. And she goes, okay, sure, just let me look at your license. She goes back to
Would you like a nice candy?
And a gummy while you're at it?
Here, look at these pictures of my grandchildren.
My great-grandchildren. Oh, boy, I was a hootenanny back in the time.
Here's a picture of me and my husband at the 1910 World's Fair celebrating our 45th wedding anniversary.
Okay, so after an excessively long amount of time, she comes back to her car.
Because she forgot where she was.
She forgot.
Oh, am I a police officer? I just thought I liked dark blue.
Comes up to my vehicle, and she says...
She chit-chatted with the radio dispatcher. Hello, it's Mabel. Oh, hello, Mabel. Did you like that cookie recipe I gave you last week?
She says to me, sir, do you know that your license is suspended?
Oh.
And I said, no. Why is it suspended? She goes, I think it's non-payment of a ticket or something like that. And I'm like, oh, really? And as she's saying this, she reaches for her cuffs. And I look at her and I say, am I under arrest? And she goes, yes, step out of the vehicle.
Wait, they arrest you for a suspended license?
It's Massachusetts!
Okay, full disclosure. I got pulled over on Highway 1 going 110 miles an hour.
That's double the speed limit, man.
That's more than double the speed limit because it's only 45 on Highway 1. That's the highway that's right along.
Okay, in Massachusetts, that's an automatic pull of your license for 3 years.
I had a suspended license, and the guy said, be careful on your way to Santa Cruz, and gave me a ticket for speeding.
Was it a state trooper?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, that's the difference.
What? They go by different rules, do they?
Apparently.
Well,
I don't know. I've had better experience with state troopers than local police officers.
Was this a Boston cop?
No, I was in Western Mass.
Oh, okay. Now, we have all heard about Western Mass. After she got done with you, she harassed some black kids on a corner for no reason, and then probably raped a detainee with a lamp.
What the fuck?
They're notorious, those Western Mass cops, man.
Oh my god. She puts the cuffs on me. And as she does it,
you just didn't blow her over. You were like, no, and she would have fallen over. And
yeah, like Kate Moss, she would have just floated away.
Oh my!
I guess I'm going where all the left socks go when you put them in the dryer and you can't find them.
Or was she just so nice about it? It's like, I'm so sorry, dear, but I've got to put these handcuffs on you.
I started to cry.
This has been your reaction to a number of things, dude.
Because I was just so flabbergasted by the idea of being arrested.
By Officer Grandma, and there are other guys who are like, I would have beat that woman down. Did she carry a gun?
Yeah, she had a gun.
That is terrifying.
She was wearing glasses too.
Were they huge? Were they like super thick?
Yeah, they were Coke bottle Stephen King glasses. God. Definitely.
So if I was driving along stuck in traffic, you became the show because I'm watching a 6-foot-tall, broad-shouldered man being arrested by Clara Peller.
Who's that?
And the man is weeping, and I'm like, what fucking kung fu did that old lady cop use on him? Who's Clara Peller?
Yeah.
She's the Where's the Beef lady.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Oh my god.
I know what that is.
Now I'm the old person.
Yeah, you are. Fuck you, Uncle Grandpa. I get into the back of her vehicle, and she says, "Watch your head." And it's plastic seats.
Oh, I crocheted those seat covers myself. Do you like
no,
the
it's just hard,
pillows?
cold plastic, and my tears dripping into my lap.
Because you were literally, I mean, was this despair crying, or was this embarrassment crying?
It was embarrassment and despair and fucking stupid. Why didn't you pay this and do that? And, you know.
But you didn't know you were supposed to be in court, did you?
No,
And you paid the ticket, right?
Yeah, but there was something else that I had to go for. I can't remember now.
It was, that murder thing. But, other than that... So she puts you in the back of the squad car. All of the rest of the drugs that you need to deliver are going bad in the back.
Yeah.
Some dude who needs his insulin is gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
You should have used that on her. You should have been like, Officer Grandma,
yeah.
There are people depending on these drugs. There are lines at Walmart right now, and if those Quasimodos don't get the drugs...
I don't care ya.
Is that what she said?
No, she probably would have, though.
Oh, okay. Because she's heartless?
Probably. I don't know. She's probably dead by now. Who cares?
Yeah, it takes solace in that fact. She's probably dead. Somewhere in western Massachusetts, there's a police graveyard, and there's one tombstone that says Officer Grandma.
Yep. She brings me back to the police station, and she brings me into this holding room where they book you and do all the shit and ask you questions and then do your fingerprinting. And so they took my fingerprint.
Did she process you, or did she just drop you off?
She just brought me in. And
was the booking sergeant like, oh, fuck, she brought in another one. We told you you're not a cop anymore, Officer Grandma.
Yet they still give her a car and a gun.
Moreover, you were never a cop. We told you to give that uniform back.
To the woman that you murdered.
Okay, so you're booked. You're
I'm being booked. I'm being fingerprinted.
I would kill for your
holding up the sign. I bet you it still exists because this was at the beginning when digital was being used for everything.
That would be our first T-shirt. Is your mugshots, your head on front, and your profile on the back.
Do you have a mugshot? Have you ever been arrested?
No, I've never been arrested. I'm a good boy.
Yeah, the cop who was booking me he was not happy with this. It was just like, wait, I'm driving on suspend. Oh, God. And you know what he says to me? He goes, you get one phone call, and I got to tell you, I'm sorry. I got to put you in the drunk tank.
Did he really say, I'm sorry?
Yeah, he said, I'm sorry, but I have to put you in the drunk tank.
So if this had been any other cop other than Officer Grandma, you probably would have gotten a written citation.
Possibly. I don't know. But the guy who was booking me said, you got to put you in the drunk tank because all of the other cells were being filled. And I was like, you guys are making the rounds today. What the fuck?
Please tell me that the drunk tank was empty.
It was empty. It was empty.
It's the afternoon, right?
Yeah, and it's a small town.
And the one drunk hasn't been arrested yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the kicker, the underlying story. Here's a subplot. While I was gone, my ex.
Okay, don't describe it like you went away to prison. That's what mafiosos say. They say,
I'm just afraid I'm not being funny at this point. I'm sorry.
Will you stop it? You do that every episode. You think that.
While I was gone, my ex-stepfather-in-law had taken upon himself to climb up into the rafters of the bay where we parked our cars.
And lie in wait as a sniper.
No, he was moving equipment around, and he fell 11 feet onto solid concrete.
Oh my God!
Impacting his shoulder and his skull.
Ah.
And he was a fat little dude. He's still a fat little dude, but he would, yeah. He impacted his skull and his shoulder blade was crushed into his ribs. So it collapsed against his lungs. That whole ball and socket joint and his clavicle had snapped, and eight of. I'm sorry, do you have 8 ribs on once? Yes.
You're gonna be the doctor. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's say his entire
32 ribs. All 32 of his ribs.
All 106 of his ribs had collapsed on the right side. All of them.
Well, you know what he was thinking while he was laying there? At least I got that son of a bitch arrested.
No. He was thinking...
So he's injured.
He is badly injured.
Ambulance time, all that stuff.
Ambulance time, all of that stuff.
Mm.
And that is about 20 minutes before I made my phone call to my then girlfriend, Dana.
Who is, of course, busy at this point.
Very busy.
I would imagine.
I called her and I said, Dana, you're not going to believe this, but I got arrested. And she goes, Are you fucking kidding me? Are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I apparently was driving on a suspended license. She goes, oh shit, that's what that letter was for.
So Dana was setting you up. Now I got the whole picture painted. It's like, I'm going to get rid of him, and I'm going to get rid of my stepfather. Step 1, hide a letter. Step 2, grease the rafters.
She says, I don't know what to tell you, Addie. You got to listen to me because guess what? My stepdad fell off of the rafters and he broke like 150 bones.
He broke all 3,000 of his ribs.
All 84 of his vertebrae. Oh no, it was horrific because I'm listening over the phone to my ex tell me she's got one priority over another, and I'm like, okay.
And you're like, but I'm gonna be your husband.
And the cop was standing there, and I go, something bad happened, and I might have to be here for a while. And he goes, look, all you have to do is have somebody bring $50 to bail you out, and then come to court tomorrow.
$50.
Yeah.
That's it, just 50. Didn't you have
it on you? You can't bail yourself out.
Oh.
You can't bail yourself out. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I got $50 in my pocket. Here. And he goes,
like,
by the way.
No.
No, he goes, by the way, I got to take your wallet and your shoelaces.
You know what? It would serve them right if you killed yourself over this.
Your wallet, your shoelaces, your belt, your shoe. Well, he says you might as well take your shoes and
take my shirt because I'll hang myself over this.
I gotta take this. I gotta take the strap out of your hoodie, and if you don't want me to take the strap out of your hoodie, I gotta take your hoodie. So there I am, and I wasn't wearing a shirt under the hoodie. It's Massachusetts, man. It was a Patriots hoodie too. So there I am, unshowered, no belt, holding up my big flappy pants.
Not knowing if your future stepfather-in-law is going to survive.
We did think he was going to die.
Did you really?
Was
he knocked unconscious?
Well, he already had problems with seizures and stuff like that. And so what they thought was that... What they thought was that he probably had a little bit of vertigo, and that's what caused him to fall.
Oh, okay.
So I ask, after I hang up on Dana, because I am upset at this point, because I understand the priority is there's somebody who's going to die, and me, I'm stupid, in the drunk, and I'm about to be put in the drunk tank in my dirty, smelling bed.
That's Dana's Sophie's choice, death or stupid. Death or stupid.
This was horrible. You have no idea. I hang up and I go, oh shit, there's a whole bunch of stuff I needed to tell her. And he goes, just call her back. Just
don't tell Officer Grandma or it'll be my ass.
Yeah, and you're only supposed to get one phone call. But I call her back and I said, you need to get somebody from the company to come get my vehicle and get the drugs out of the back.
You did not say that in front of him, did you?
Yeah, well, no, because he knew that I was a courier. I had explained that when I walked in. Sorry, I have to go back now and explain that.
No, you don't.
I said I have about $10,000 worth of merchandise in the back of my car that is for my company.
And there's a little for you if you get me the fuck out of here. You like codeine? I got a lot of codeine. Cops love codeine. Oxycontin? It may not have been popular way back in, what was this, 90, what year is this?
This is 2005.
Oh, 2005, sorry.
Oh my god. What the fuck? No.
I was thinking back to when I was 25, back when dinosaurs still roamed the earth.
Okay.
Oh, you were fine with that.
So, Sideswipe again. And her mother is at the hospital, obviously, with her mother and her father. So we've got 3 generations of people involved in this situation. So she's crying on her mother's shoulder, and she picks up the phone, and it's my ex-wife. My ex-wife says, Eddie just got arrested, and all of the drugs are in the back of his van, and they need to be picked up by the company. Can you beep over to them so it doesn't get impounded for too long? And her mother's like this. Her mother is sitting next to her own mother saying, oh my God, he got arrested and the drugs are in the back of the van? What the fuck? How much is the bail? What's going on? I don't care. My husband is probably going to die. So my ex, stop laughing. So her grandmother is sitting there listening to her mother relay a message about me getting arrested with drugs in the back of the van.
She was like, that sounds like Mabel.
Oh my goodness, she's making the rounds again.
Oh, she will be just talking about this at bingo on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
relaying this is actually causing me anxiety.
You're reliving the stress.
So instead of a Sideswipe, let's do a Star Wars Open.
Okay, Star Wars Open.
I am in the drunk tank, and it is a 4x4x11 room with a door, a solid steel door.
Wait, 4x4?
With a window. It's just a brick room.
Okay.
And I smell. No. I thought it was going to be bars at least, so I had something to look out of. But it was just the cell with the little window. It was like solitary confinement.
They were keeping their eye on you.
Yeah. So Nice Copper comes by and throws me a newspaper underneath the door, and he's like, "I'm sorry, man." And he
Looks
said
like you're gonna be here for years.
The bail bondsman is not going to be here till about noon, and it's 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. So even if Dana shows up to bail me out,
she won't be able to do anything because the bail bondsman
until noon. Yeah. So meantime, her stepdad is in surgery for about 3 hours, and I'm in this cell, and her grandmother thinks that I'm a drug dealer, and her mother is weeping at the thought of losing her husband.
Yeah. Perspective, man.
Yeah. Good cop opens the door once, comes in, asks me if I'm okay, talks to me for a minute, says he can't let me out, and I said, can you put me in a room with bars? This is so boring. And I said, do you understand that my stepdad is probably I said, do you understand that my father-in-law is probably going to die, and I am sitting here stuck in here, and I feel like I don't know, despite all my rage, no,
were you really going to say, despite all my rage, you're still just a rat in a cage?
So I said to him, I need to get out of here, and he's like, look, bail bondsman will be here in an hour, and we just got a call from your ex that she's on her way. Because at this point, there's nothing Dana can do except wait around at the hospital.
Yeah, and be panicking.
And we had not had my daughter yet, so my son was little, and he was still in school.
Yeah.
He didn't know what happened, so...
Uh-huh.
She drives all the way out to this area of Western Mass, sits with her sister, and they're sitting and waiting in the waiting room while I'm waiting there for that extra hour for the bail bondsman to come.
Yeah.
She hands over the $50, and they let me out.
The end?
No, this is not the end. Jesus Christ.
It's never the end.
No, you got to stop saying, I think that you should stop asking me if it's the end. I'll tell you if it's the end.
Why do I know? I want to ask. It's important. The end.
I want this to be over.
I ask where I think a natural end point will be, but okay, fine.
She brings me to the bail bondsman, who is also the person who takes care of impounded cars.
And is the husband of Officer Grandma.
Combo jobs. No, this was a woman. Another woman.
Oh, okay. Another woman.
Yeah, they're equal opportunity employers there.
Oh, okay. Just so long as you're mean enough to work for the county. That's what
elderly people, old people. And this lady was equally as mean. I told her we needed to go get my car out of the impound because no one from the company had been able to come by and get it. There weren't enough guys.
Okay.
And we told her, well, if we can't get she said you can't get the car out of impound until you show up at court.
What? Really?
Yeah, it was fucked up. And I said, but there's $10,000 worth of product in there I need to bring back to the bay. Can I get it out of there? And she goes, fine.
You didn't ask her to do it. What's her problem?
Yeah, I don't know. So we went in there, unloaded my van, my sorry-ass motherfucking van, and she goes, she's also the person who gives me my court papers and explains what I have to do, which is the next day, meaning that I have to take a day off from work and drive all the way the fuck back out there to the courthouse. Mm-hmm. And I also have to reinstate my license beforehand, so I have to go to the DMV first.
Okay.
And then I have to go back and wait. We drive the product back to the bay, distribute it to the guys who can do it because I can't drive.
Right.
They make all the deliveries for me, and they get all the money for it.
Okay.
And then we all go to we go to pick up our son at school.
And to let him know that step-grandpa is about to die. Oh, yeah, and I got arrested.
No, he had been stabilized at that point.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. We went to the hospital, talked to her mom, and her grandmother said, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought that you had been arrested for selling drugs.
That's what I've told everyone here, especially that nice nurse in the maternity ward.
Oh, yeah. Same hospital. He's in the ICU. He's stabilized. You know, all 104 of his vertebrae and ribs have been broken.
Oh, my God.
His skull has been cracked.
Ah.
He's going to need probably years of, it was years of rehabilitation.
Was it really? He was hurt that badly?
We go back home. I go to the DMV, and I wait in the fucking line to reinstate my license. And I drove there, by the way. Because I just don't understand.
No, apparently not.
I was just so fucked up.
Apparently, you didn't learn your lesson when an elderly woman
Dana was with
jail.
me. Dana was with me.
Well, then you two were made for each other at that time.
I guess. Jesus Christ, how the fuck have I lived this long?
Didn't I ask you that question last episode? Is how are you alive for me to talk to?
I don't.
I don't. It's a mystery.
It makes me happy for how far I've come. I get my license reinstated, and I go to court.
Okay.
She drops me off there, 'cause she's like, I'm not waiting fucking 6 hours for you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I know. That's what she said, too. I distinctly remember it. She's like, that was fucking stupid.
Oh, God. Support system.
Yeah, with a thick Mass accent. Anyway. I wait, and 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 it was actually 7.5 hours before my case was heard. And the judge said to me, have you reinstated your license? I said, yes, ma'am. Did you pay the bail bondsman?
Another one?
I paid the bail bondsman.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, okay, then I will put in a plea of not guilty, and as of now, I find you not guilty. So it was like less than 5 minutes I talked to her, and then they let me go. And then she said to me, you need not tell anyone that you've ever been arrested. If they asked if you've been arrested, it's a misdemeanor. So that will not show up in any searches. The arrest record. Yeah, she said the arrest record will continue to show up, but it will be shown as a misdemeanor, and you do not have to say yes when a police officer asks if you've ever been arrested.
Well, that's nice too.
Even if it says that. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's weird. Anyway. Go back.
So technically, you haven't been arrested.
I was put under arrest, so yeah, I was.
Yeah, but you're directly violating what that judge just told you. Oh, I'm not a cop.
I don't know how the fuck it works.
No, it doesn't. You don't, because you went to jail for a minor traffic thing.
Yeah.
The end?
No.
Oh my God. That's when the bounty hunters came.
Her stepfather gets out of the hospital, and he's bedridden for about a month. His hip was broken as well. I forgot to say that. You know, all three of his hips. And all two, I think.
Yeah, both of his hips broke.
And what they had discovered about what he was doing was that there was actually supposed to be safety netting.
Oh, okay.
Company's fault. And
so now
after
he's the millionaire.
after 3 years of fighting with the company to settle for all of his pain, all of his suffering, all of his surgeries, all of his rehabilitation, all of his continued medications that he still takes now, he got a settlement of $4 million.
Holy cow, I was right! Darn, I was hoping for murder. I was really hoping that he was like, well, I was implicated in a murder. No, we couldn't get that lucky, could we? Okay, that's it. Did Atticus win? Only you know. I don't even know while I'm recording this. I won't know until after I edit it. I would like to thank everyone who has tuned in once again to listen to these stories, and to remind you all that if you like this, please go to Soundcloud and like and favorite and comment. And big news! We are now in the iTunes store, in the podcast section under comedy. And if you really want to help out the podcast, please go to iTunes and give us a review. It would really help us out on iTunes, and to get this podcast to even more people who enjoy listening to two people talk, because that's unique. Anyway, thanks everybody, and until next time, this has been Jason Harding.
And I am Atticus Blake,
the jailbird. Thanks everyone.
Bye everybody!